Doris Day and Warner Brothers is an absolutely fantastic combination, and It's a Great Feeling is no exception to that. This film is fabulous. I was quite surprised to see that it only has a rating of 6.4 out of 10 on IMDb, which is a very respectable rating, but I enjoyed this film so much that I was expecting it to be at least a 7, but maybe that's just me. This was released in 1949, it was directed by David Butler, with screenplay by Melvin Shavelson and Jack Rose, and stars, alongside Doris Day, Dennis Morgan and Jack Carson. And the description from IMDb reads as follows. A waitress at the Warner Brothers commissionary is anxious to break into pictures. She thinks her big break may have arrived when two actors agree to help her. So we have Dennis Morgan playing Dennis Morgan and Jack Carson playing Jack Carson, who come along and they see an opportunity with Doris Day's character, who is called Judy Adams, and they think they can give Judy this big break. Mostly, though, it's for their own gain, their own personal interest, because the star of a film has dropped out, they need to fill the position. Not many people are going to trust them with this, so they think Judy is an easy option. And it's all about Judy trying to catch the eye of various people in the industry, particularly Arthur Trent, played by Bill Goodwin, and trying to get her big break. And will she, won't she? And there are many things that I love about this. The first thing, I guess, is Doris Day. I can never take my eyes off of her when she's on screen. There's something about her that's so captivating that I feel like if I had ever had the chance to meet her in real life, I would faint. You know, she's just got that such mesmeric quality. She's so incredible, and her performance in this is brilliant. Probably one of my favourite of her performances. She's got a lot of great facial expressions and some great songs as well. The soundtrack is pretty great. Give Me a Song with a Beautiful Melody is probably one of my favourite songs in this, but That Was a Big Fat Lie is also absolutely brilliant. Soundtrack, absolutely brilliant, completely love it. The other thing I love is something that I've mentioned before in similar films, and that's the fact that it's set in Warner Brothers, and we get to have a look at the lot, and there's an aerial view of Warner Brothers, and you know, I've walked around the back of that to get to Forest Lawn Cemetery, and it's just lovely to see it and to feel like I'm there for that split second and to be immersed in this. I love films about films, and it does it so well. The narrative is very interesting. I think there were times, you know, I'm not going to say this film is perfect, there were times when I felt like it maybe got a bit repetitive. There were a few decisions that Carson and Morgan made with regards to what they were going to do to Judy to try and get her to catch people's eye, particularly involving a French accent, and I just thought that was a bit unusual, and I can understand why they chose to do it. I just don't think it worked well for the film. On the flip side, the editing is spectacular. The sound effects are amazing. There's this one scene that I'm not going to spoil, but they do a screen test, and the audio is intentionally messed up on this screen test, and then we have voiceovers from certain cartoon characters, and it's absolute chaos, and it's a lot of fun. And that scene, which you will know exactly which one it is when you get to it, is one of my favourites. It's brilliant, even for today, but especially for 1949. As always, Doris Day has some incredible costumes, particularly the red and green one. I thought was the weird thing about this. The red and green one, if you look out for it, you'll know exactly which one it is. It's quite near the end. I loved the costume because it was very odd. But that scene and that sequence, I didn't think fit in with the film. I just think it was out of place. So that I thought was a little bit odd. And also the ending, the very, very ending, I thought was not that exciting. I think there could have been a slightly different approach, but I don't think the ending was so bad that it kind of left me with a bad sense about the film. I truly liked it. I absolutely adored it. I would love to watch it again. Of course I will at some point. It's not the longest film. I think it's about an hour and a half. If only it were longer. It's a fantastic musical film. Not my favourite Doris Day, because that's Calamity Jane, but It's a Great Feeling has a fantastic soundtrack, wonderful performance, brilliant editing, very well acted, great development. Apart from a few hiccups here or there, the narrative's very exciting. It was nominated for an Oscar. It was nominated for the Best Music Original Song, It's a Great Feeling. Didn't win, not a problem. Still an absolutely fantastic film, and I cannot recommend it enough.